Hello again. I'm Mary Bond. When we walk, our spines and torsos naturally move in a helical pattern. They twist. That's the basis of the movement of your arms and legs going in opposite directions when you take steps. The pattern in the torso looks like this. Let's say I move my pelvis to the left. My chest has automatically shifted a little bit to the right. But if my head stayed with my chest, I'd be trying to walk forward with my head going off to the right. So my head has to come back to the left. So we'll look at that again. So it's left pelvis, right torso, left neck, and the other way. So if my pelvis goes to the right, my chest has automatically goes a little to the left, and my neck a tiny bit to the right to counterbalance. So going a little faster, it would be like that. And that movement should be underneath the natural walking pattern of any human. But many of us have spines that don't quite work the way they should. And so we walked along side to side or front to back or kind of bobbing up and down. The practice I want to show you today will restore the movement at your waist and your neck, where most of that rotation takes place. It will also help stretch the areas in your torso that resist that rotary motion. Before watching it, I recommend that you go back and review a video that I put up in June called Grounding and Relaxation. If you haven't explored that, it will teach you to yield to the ground and to really allow gravity to embrace you. Because before we can rotate, we have to be able to yield. Here I'm initiating the movement by letting my legs and pelvis roll first. I'm holding back with my rib cage, letting my head stay relaxed on the ground. Now the rib cage starts to follow the pelvis. It's not so important what the arm does. The upper rib cage is going, and finally the head begins to follow along. And then I rest, reminding myself of my relationship to the ground. Coming back, initiating again with the pelvis, using my deep core muscles to guide that movement. Now beginning to let the lower rib cage roll back, the upper rib cage, the shoulder. And finally letting my head join the party. This time I'm initiating the movement with my head. You can start anywhere. It keeps it interesting. Holding back with my pelvis, using my abdominal muscles to do that. And then finally allowing the pelvis and legs to follow the head and rib cage. And resting. Yeah, well, I didn't rest quite completely that time. Coming back with the head, unfolding through the rib cage and upper spine, and guiding the pelvis and legs back to center. Now I'm initiating the movement with the rib cage, letting the head follow, holding back through the pelvis, using my core muscles for that, and now falling and resting. Bringing the rib cage back first, letting the head follow. And bringing the pelvis along. Again, leading with the rib cage. The pelvis wanted to follow and I had to hold it back. Now it comes along. Now letting my head follow and my arm come after the head. There's no set rule to any of this, and you can go in any direction, just trying to release each of the containers back separately from the others. So last time, the container of my digestive and reproductive organs is leading, followed by the container of my heart and lungs, followed by the container of my brain. Get the idea? It's not complicated. You're just rolling the various weight blocks of your body one by one. You could think of them as containers. The container for your brain, container for your heart and lungs, container for your digestive organs. And when you articulate them, separate them, you induce movement in the cervical and lumbar regions, your neck and waist, where you need that for contralateral walking. You'll feel the stretches where you need them. The challenge is to get so interested in doing the movement that you forget to yield to the ground. You have to do both at the same time. You may feel different sides, that when you roll to one side it's easier than the other. Well, that can get better over time because I hope you'll enjoy doing this more than once. I suggest that you find some gentle music that you like and just roll every day for 5 minutes. When you come up, take a moment to feel your center and your uprightness through your midline. Find your sense of spaciousness and your body's weight. And then come up to standing and take yourself for a little walk. See if you can feel just a hint of that contralateral motion in your spine as you walk. Don't make it happen though, because then you'll be using the wrong part of your brain. Allow it to emerge, and if it doesn't happen the first time, just keep rolling and yielding. Thanks for watching.